Hey everyone, so I just got top 16 this past weekend playing KT at the NAWCQ. It was an unbelievable weekend. I didn't expect to go this far, but it's bittersweet because I know I could have went further. I went 12-3, and in all three of my losses, I made some form of misplay, so every match had a game that was winnable. But it is what it is. We learn from that and we try to get better. So yeah, let's just get in with the deck profile. I wanted to just share my experience, even though like KT profiles are pretty cookie cutter by now. Um, just want to go over some unique differences in my list and talk about what I saw. So let's start with the non-engine. So pretty standard hand trap format. We play 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler. Nothing really to say about this. 3 Harmonia. And I opted to play Dominus Purge. So if you watch my games from DB, you'll know that I've been on the Purge for a very long time. I really love this card. I really feel that you need 6 copies of ways to negate card searches. Stop like KTS, stop Synchro Overtake, especially like after you like imperm them and they chain KTS. You really need a way to stop the extender. And even like now with Pot of Sloth in the format, if that card resolves, you kind of just lose. So just having more non-engine to stop those kind of cards is very important. And I had a lot of games this weekend where I go first and I do KT combo, and then my opponent has one last push. It was like either like a KTS or Synchro Overtake, whatever. And it was very fortunate that I hard drew either like Ash or Purge. Just having 6 copies makes that scenario more likely. So I'm just very glad this was in my list, my favorite card for sure. And the last 3 cards that I played for non-engine was 3 FNVs. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to play like 21 hand traps instead of like the FNV package, but I just felt like FNV gives so much value in a ton of different game states. Like going first, you could dodge Imperm Veiler, simplify game states in a mirror match. This carries a lot of weight. It's very solid against Branded and Rollout, which were decks that I still expected. And this card is insane when paired with Harmonia, Harmonia Thump, Ecclesia, and this card just becomes a very strong board breaker. So there's just too many reasons for why I didn't want to cut this, which surprisingly, like I saw every top 32 list didn't play. Like if they played Purge, they didn't play FNV. They went with more of like an all-out hand trap approach. But I felt like if I stopped my opponent, I still wanted some card in a simplified game state to carry me, and I didn't want to compromise like the Branded and Rollout matchup. So overall, I'm very satisfied with the non-engine that I played. Yeah, just very happy with these 21 cards. So now let's talk about the engine. Pretty standard, I would say. So we have 3 Rotary, the best card of the deck. I played 3 Mix. This is mainly because I played Purge and I want more normal summons that don't conflict with Purge. And in the mirror match, you can argue that this card is better than Rekko, because if my opponent has an RS, this becomes a 3. I make Maker with Rotary, and then I could pop a card. So yeah, just very happy that I played all the normal summons. Even if they imperm this, it's still a body that you could synchro with. So yeah, mix was pretty good. 3 Rekkos, 3 Qs, 1 Brick, 3 KTS, 1 Field Spell, 1 Overtake, and 1 Genesis. That's the engine. And my 41st card of the deck is 1 Call by the Grave. Just very versatile card going first or second. I felt like there was just going to be a lot of hand traps in the format, and I just wanted to make sure that I can stop them going first, but this also has value going second. So let's go on to the extra deck. So 2 Trackmaker, 2 Remix. I know some lists actually play Remix at 1. I'm very glad I still play it at 2. There was a game state against Striker where they first action droplet, send monster, send spell, and then I couldn't do anything, Remix gets negated. But I had a KTS with I think Rekko on the field, so I just made a second Remix, and then they went extremely neg just to stop the first Remix. So very glad I still play 2. Play 2 RS, 1 Loudness, Zalin, Thesis, back to back. Malung and Pegasus for Harmonia, Albion and Ecclesia for FNV, and Typhon. I'm very glad I played Typhon. It won me one of my matches. My opponent got into a board state where they had RS and Zalin on the field, and my hand was literally just like Rotary, and I think Ash. So normal to Rotary. I had no plays really because they stopped me with their interruptions, but I just made Typhon clean up the field, and then I just controlled the game at that point. So very glad I played this. Now let's go to the side deck. So side deck, Ogre for Q, 2 Drone Locks, 3 Fulos, 1 Reframing, 1 Prosperity for consistency, but 2 Dig for side deck cards going second, 1 Talents to punish my opponents from playing hand traps, and 3 Illusion Gates. So Illusion Gate is the only card that I put going second into the mirror match. My main deck is very optimized to beat the mirror match, so I didn't have to side too much into it. So yeah, just 3 Illusion Gates, insane card against Branded as well, and the last 3 is just back row removal. So yeah, that's pretty much the list. Just to talk about my tournament run, I saw 7 KT, I lost to 1. I saw 2 Branded, 1 Mitsu that I lost in round 3, 2 Striker, lost to Ryan in the last round, unfortunately, and 2 Rollout Azaminas and 1 Branded Predaplant Dracotail. So overall, from what I saw in my run, it was kind of what I expected. So yeah, I'm pretty glad to play those decks. And I also won, fortunately, 10 out of 15 die rolls. However, 3 of my losses were when I won the die roll. So, and also, in a few of those games where I won die roll, I just completely just drew like 5 hand traps and passed, and then ended up losing. So overall, I would say the list I played was pretty solid, whether I won die roll or not. In testing, I think the deck performed better when I lost die roll. So yeah, that was that. In the end, this weekend was crazy. I did not expect to go this far, but so close to Worlds. We'll get it next time. And yeah, I just want to give some few shout outs to anyone who has supported me. So first, shout outs to Karen, my biggest supporter. I love you. She helped me learn how to like memorize reading a hand when I resolved Rotary, which I struggled with before this event. So thank you so much for that. Shout outs to Daniel for helping me test as always. Shout outs to my opponents, in particular Rui Yang from round 2, you're the GOAT, Eric from round 6, and shouts to TCG Sam, Magnetic Flux Tape, for supporting me, and just shouts to anyone else who's given me support at the venue. You guys are awesome. So Eric, Yeehaw Man Eric, Mark, Victor, Jack, and Jimmy, and also my team Revolution. Thank you everyone for giving me support. I definitely fed off of your energy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for deck profile. Thank you for watching.